Hey everybody, I wanted to do this video from my last morning in Miami. I was going to do this video before I came down, and it seems more fit to do it post-culmination. I have shared a little bit about this trip as stories for clients, and I think there's a lot of learning opportunity here. And it goes about, sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on my stuff. It really goes about this idea of giving up control and surrendering to the flow of life. So everything about this trip has just been one big circus show. I would say, in my own language, shit show. But when I planned this trip a few months ago with a friend, it was a girls' trip. My city had just launched flights down to Florida. We've never had any real flights out of that airport. And we were super, super excited, and we've been talking about this, and this was booked in August. And about a month ago, she has a ton going on in her life, and she just realized, like, I can't do this trip right now. And so I started, she's like, maybe XYZ friends could go. So I started reaching out to all my local friends, and for all various reasons, nobody could go. And then so I reached out to another friend who lives far away, who's also a coach, but I was like, do you want to meet me down there? You can fly down and meet me. And she was, super excited and on board with that, and was saying, I'll look at tickets tonight. And I was actually surprised because she has a lot going on in her life. And so then I'm now adjusting back into the boat. Okay, I'm going to go with her. It'll look a little bit different. We'll do this, we'll do that. And then the next morning, I get a message from her, and she, realizes I'm not in a place to be able to go right now. I've got too much on my plate. And so now I'm readjusting again, and I'm like, okay, I have to think about this trip by myself. And then 12 hours later, I hear from a friend that, had taken a while to get back to me, and then she thinks she's going to be able to go. So it just keeps flip-flopping. It's like, I'm going by myself, I'm going with somebody. If I go with this person, it's going to look like this, it's going to look like that. And I keep falling back into this. And then that falls through, and now I'm back in the mindset, okay, I'm going to go by myself, which brought up all of its stuff. I definitely had. And then I hit my money anxieties. I hit some of my own anxieties. I had guilt. I've already been to this city. I've done this city by myself. Why would I spend money on a city I've already been to? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I realized, okay, this is an opportunity for me to work through some of this stuff and add another layer of healing. I'm going to let the train pass 1 second. And so many different things, even things that weren't related to this trip, it's just so many things I was, stuck in my patterns were coming up, some of the things I was holding on to. So I was working through layer after layer after layer. And then I start, I know a fair amount of people down here, not a ton, but I start reaching out to all the people I know, thinking, okay, like it'll be some time to meet with contacts I have down here. And it just got funnier and funnier. My friends were laughing. I was laughing hysterically. Every single person I reach out to at this point, I'm missing them they're out of the country. They'll be back next week. They're home visiting their family here in Miami. They're leaving 4 days before I get here. They're working. Their family's visiting. Whatever it may be. To the point when I got that last message from a friend, I started laughing hysterically. I was like, you couldn't make this stuff up. So then again, I got back into, there's a piece of me, is this a sign I shouldn't go? But I didn't feel that way. There were other signs pointing to going. And so, I had to really just let go of what this was going to look like. I had no idea. I was just going to have to kind of wing it. And I did set up some things for myself. I got myself signed up for a photography class, which was amazing. What else was I? Oh, and I got to see a client live time, which is amazing. I love getting to see you guys in person when I'm in your cities. So I got to do a session in person. And other than that, I had to just sort of embrace whatever was going to happen. And, by staying open, it was amazing. A friend that wasn't supposed to be here was leaving a couple days before to go back to the Northeast. She happened to be here. I haven't. She's also a coach. I haven't seen her in 4 years. We got to catch up. We got to go, eat, go out, go to the beach. It was so wonderful, wonderful experience with her. I met so many people down here just by staying open, by making conversation with people. I got to explore. I had my camera. I came to like this city so much better than I had last time. And it was such an awesome experience, but I had to just stay open and let go of that pattern of every time it changed, then I had to try to start projecting out, what would this trip look like? What would this trip look like? What would this trip look like? And that was sort of ripped away, and to the bare bones of just stay open and allow it. Just stay open and allow it. And things worked out beautifully. So many things were so smooth, and I got to have the best experience I've had in this city so far. So that is what I want you to look at is, are you trying to control the future? And if you're getting good at, like, some people are spiritual and they'll say, okay, well then this isn't meant to be, but then they try to take, they try to take the control back once again and start planning with the new plan. And the ultimate lesson here is to just stay open. And you can have ideas. I knew I was going to do photography, I knew I was going to do all those things, but staying open to the possibilities, staying open to the flow of things, letting things unfold. And from a neuroplasticity point of view, this opens up so much more room for healing. It takes you out of old patterns, it takes you out of old pathways, it softens everything, it brings you into the present moment, which turns off all those stress responses, and that's where the real healing and transformation can happen. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Let me know about your experience with travels or planning or anything of that similar theme, and I'll see you guys soon.